IHH Healthcare is a leading global integrated healthcare provider that operates more than 80 hospitals in 10 countries across the world. Through a unique portfolio of trusted brands, which includes Acibadem, Mount Elizabeth, Prince Court, Gleneagles, Fortis, Pantai and Parkway, IHH measures its success on the lives and communities positively impacted as it looks to transform care for patients, people, public and planet. Dr. Prem, I'm going to start with you. If the healthcare sector were a country, it would be the world's 5th largest greenhouse gas emitters. So as a global healthcare provider, how does IHH balance the demands of delivering high-quality healthcare with its commitment to sustainability leadership?
We make no excuses. Hospitals are big energy consumers, and that's because we operate our facilities round the clock, all year round, because we deliver critical care to our patients. We also generate a significant amount of medical waste, and we use a lot of disposables for patient safety. So we actually have an enormous challenge. How do we balance delivering patient care with the health of the planet? So at IHH, we feel we have a very big responsibility to address this problem, right? And we have the power to do so because we are a large organization with 80 hospitals in 10 countries. So through our 70,000 employees, we make sure that we try and achieve this balance of looking after our patients and looking after the health of the planet as well. And that's what leadership at IHH means, to care for good.
All right, now that you mentioned to care for good, could you tell us about what is care for good and how does it align with IHH's sustainability agenda?
So care for good is our aspiration, and it's also our approach to sustainability. So we put care at the heart of healthcare, while at the same time, right, building the health of the planet for future generations to come.
Okay, and Ms. Yasemin, moving on to you. I see that the planet is one of your key stakeholders. Would you mind explaining why should healthcare providers care about the environment?
Climate crisis is a health crisis. For meaningful change to occur, people need to understand that planet health goes hand in hand with human health. Rather than just think about polar bears and ice caps, people need to immediately associate their own health when they think about climate change. Science and data clearly show that the planet is warming. Throughout the year, we've seen many extreme weather events, from extreme heat to deadly storms and floods to raging wildfires. These have a significant impact on human health. As the climate change worsens, the severity and extremity of these events will also increase. So as a healthcare provider, we have to do our part to make sure we do not only mitigate our own impact, but adapt to the reality that the climate change is going to be bringing. So we must and we will do our part, and it all starts with making sure people understand that human health needs to be the face of climate change.
Now that you mentioned that it has impacted not only the planet but also the people, what key initiatives has IHH launched in search of greater planet sustainability?
Let me start with our longer-term commitment of being net zero by 2050. To be able to do so, we have a very clear path. We're focusing on our emissions, our waste, and water management. Let's start with our direct emissions. It is key for us to transition into renewables and clean energy to be able to mitigate our impact. By 2025, almost all our hospitals in Malaysia will have installed rooftop solars. And in Turkey, we're going to be operationalizing a large-scale solar project, which is expected to power up to 80% of our Turkey operations electricity, which is going to be very key in making sure that we're able to reduce our carbon footprint. In terms of waste management, one of the key focus areas for us has been plastics. Now, recent studies show that microplastics is found in our blood, in our heart, and just last week I was reading that it's even in our brain now. So naturally, as a healthcare provider, we have to do our part in terms of the plastic pollution. We were actually also the first healthcare provider to join WWF's Plastic Action Initiative. And we were very happy and proud to again report that in Malaysia and Singapore, we were able to reduce single-use virgin plastic in non-clinical areas by 99%, and we're evaluating on how we can do the same in clinical areas as well. We're also partnering with organizations to be able to implement comprehensive recycling initiatives, as well as improve our disposal and segregation.
And moving forward, what key areas will be critical for IHH to continue expanding its ability to deliver high-quality, sustainable healthcare?
We're focusing on AMR, antimicrobial resistance. Actually, Dr. Prem, you may be able to explain to the viewers what AMR is better than me.
Sure, yeah. So AMR is a huge problem, right? And this really has come about because decades of indiscriminate antibiotic usage. So it now come to a situation where there's a whole lot of bacteria that are resistant to the common antibiotics that we use. And so in effect, that means we can't use them anymore. We are having to develop stronger and more expensive antibiotics, so the cost of care goes up, right? So we have to control indiscriminate antibiotic usage. All our the countries that we operate in, AMR is now right at the top of the agenda. So we only prescribe with a doctor's prescription. Patients can't go to a pharmacy to just pick up antibiotics. And I think this will go a long way towards addressing this problem.
I'd actually also like to add, in terms of the data that's out there, World Health Organization now says AMR is top 10 global threat, and it's associated with 5 million deaths annually. And if not tackled by 2050, one person will die every 3 seconds.
And Dr. Prem, just in broad terms, can you walk us through what does a more sustainable world look like from a healthcare perspective?
So let's go back to our key stakeholders. First is patient. Patient concerns are really about accessibility to healthcare, cost of healthcare, and quality of healthcare. So we have got frameworks that have been put in place to ensure that we deliver quality healthcare to patients. Some of these are in the areas of innovation, using our data better, digitalization for patient engagement, right? So the patient part is extremely important for us. Second is our people who work for us. We have 70,000 employees worldwide, right? And we have to make sure that we look after them, not just in the area of safety, which of course is a very prime consideration in healthcare, but in other areas like mental health, which is now coming right to the fore, okay? And ensuring that we have got, inclusive, diversity policies, right? To make sure that we run an organization where people are happy to work for us at IHH. As part of our CSR initiatives, we do a lot of public-private partnerships. We provide radiotherapy treatment to the public sector. We've been doing it for many years, and we just renewed it as well. So that's the area of public. And planet, at the end of the day, everything boils down to what we are doing to keep the planet healthy. We spoke about reducing emissions, energy conservation, cutting down waste. So we believe that if we were to address these 4 stakeholders that are very important to us, it'll go a long way towards making IHH a very sustainable organization. In healthcare, I think leadership is required, right? Because it's easy to say, as I said at the start, we operate 24/7, round the clock. So we are not an industry that can be very sustainable. That's not true. And we will have to address this to make sure that, and IHH certainly intends to take a leadership role in ensuring that sustainability is really top of the agenda for us.
Thank you so much, Dr. Prem and Ms. Yasemin, for taking time to speak with me and further explain to the viewers the measures that the company is taking for patient care and also sustainability for our planet. And I'm sure a lot of the people out there would appreciate the initiative that have been taken by IHH.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
IHH Healthcare's commitment to patient care and sustainability is clear. By empowering its global and embracing innovative solutions, IHH is leading the way towards a healthier planet. With ambitious goals and a focus on reducing waste and emissions, the organization is proving that world-class healthcare and environmental stewardship go hand in hand. For IHH, it's not just about today, it's about caring for a better tomorrow.